Estate Sale Adventures, number 91, Glenshaw. This is an older neighborhood in a really nice part of Hampton Township. It doesn't look it, but this home was built in 1915. The house shows its age in the basement, where you'll find an old tree, probably milled on site where and when the home was built. This can be pretty common in older homes, and I think it adds a lot of charm. And I had to take note of the massive wicker basket collection. Interesting finds included this beautiful cedar chest, a trio of illustrated prints. Please comment if you know anything about them. And lastly, a room filled with vintage toys. There was some Barbie stuff, some board games, stuffed animals, but mainly Fisher-Price Little People sets. They seemed to have all the ones that I did as a kid, and more. First time seeing the helicopter, that's for sure. There were also a few marionette puppets hanging out in the Barbie dream house. I purchased this Jack and Jill decor set for $5 that I hope to resell, a few blown glass water reservoirs, and this child's guitar for $20. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Estate Sale Adventures, number 92, Bethel Park. There's too much to get to, so let's dive right in. The cedar chest was the first thing I noticed, and it was top-notch. And adjacent to that was a pristine Drexel mid-century modern dining room set. They even kept the catalog page it was ordered from. Needless to say, it was sold pretty quickly. There was also the largest Wade Winsey collection I've ever seen. I had no idea they even had a Noah's Ark set. Other finds included a vintage chic electric razor with its original box, this interesting bird cage with fern accents, a worn Bible gifted in 1947 to a Miss Carol A. Woolslagle, and this handsome devil. I need to comment on this weird doll, which was in a pile of stuff in the bedroom. I only took a glance, but later found a framed portrait of the same doll in the living room. Weird. And whenever I see an obscure board game I've never encountered, I have to grab it. This one was $1. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Estate Sale Adventures, number 93, Plum. The first sale of 2021 was amazing. So much so that I went back the next day for a second look. The previous owner, who is not deceased in this case, is a Renaissance man of the first order and collected interesting artifacts of all sorts. I personally really liked the phonograph, which did sell that day, and the portable microscope kit, also picked up by another buyer. But I'm not really sure what this satchel is. Comment if you know. So this guy clearly had a ton of hobbies. He was an astrophotographer and a collector of cameras in general. Forgive me, I honestly don't know anything about this stuff. My favorite find was the apothecary bottles, but they were asking way too much for them. Overall, this sale was a great way to start the year, and I did purchase a few things. I got this Shriner's hat from the old Pittsburgh Syria Mosque, and a glass vacuum chamber which stands at least 2 feet tall. I have to do a part 2 for this one, just because of the sheer volume of finds. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for part 2. Estate Sale Adventures, number 93, Plum, part 2. A good seller organizes the finds as much as possible, and this one did their due diligence. A large box of Playboys is a pretty typical find, but this is the first time I've ever found a Playgirl. And there were several. The basement and the garage, as per usual, had some of the best finds. Tools aside, there was a 5-gallon Hervoid Thermid liquid carrier, a Harmony dairy milk box, a collection of Berry Brothers and Rudd whiskey crates, and some bullhorns. There was a number of loose prints, posters, and other art, including this massive box of maps, and plenty of other local Pittsburgh history. A new friend pointed out these investment bonds for the Maud Incline. He says they're worth something. And lastly, if I had the money, I probably would have bought this roll of Pittsburgh trolley route signs. Overall, a great sale, and apparently there will be a second week for this one. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe. Estate Sale Adventures, number 94, Butler. After a 45-minute drive to the heart of Butler, we got to the final sale of the day. Luckily, it was after 1 o'clock, so everything was half off. But the place was practically empty. In one of the bedrooms was this smattering of random art, not much to look at. And in another bedroom was a pretty nice Depression-era inspired bedroom set, but they weren't antiques. First time seeing a panic button like this though. As I made my way to the basement, the finds got immensely better. There was this tackle box with the name of the original owner, a wooden wall clock, and these very delicate embroidered baby clothes. A christening gown maybe? 2 things I almost bought but didn't. A pristine Kodascoped 1620 projector with the original case, and these 4 stainless steel dining chairs. Perfect condition with the original upholstery. A steal for $50. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe. Estate Sale Adventures, number 95, Brookline. I was warned that this would be a picker's paradise last week, and thankfully, it was. It was hard to pin down a collection du jour for this sale, because there were just so many. One collection that stood out to me was in the basement, where there was at least a dozen different kinds of antique and defunct phones, some of which were military. This handheld antenna was pretty cool, and the rotary phones make me pretty nostalgic. There was literally too much to share, but I will show you some highlights. This would be a great chair for any D&D Dungeon Master with a superiority complex. The paper airplane kit was pretty cool. Plenty of political memorabilia. And normally I hate collector's plates, but this lady had me intrigued. It's like Barbie meets Jackson Pollock. Regretting it now, but I skipped on the giant walnut holder thingy. But I did snag this collection of macaw feathers for $2, a mason jar of marbles for $10, and this birdcage movie advert banner for $5. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Estate Sale Adventures, number 96, Scott Township. Upon entering this 1959 colonial, I immediately thought, bewitched. The mid-century modern furniture, the beautiful antiques, and the sheer cleanliness of this home was just downright impressive. One standout was this wall sconce, not original to the house, but beautiful nonetheless. The kitchen was freaking immaculate, which is extremely unusual for an estate sale. I mean, come on, that hood looks brand new. At this point, I was waiting for Andorra to appear with a quip or a subtle read. In the basement was the cliche downstairs bar/lounge. The MCM decor and the tavern theme was just icing on the cake. My big purchase was this vintage sports jacket for $15, and yes, I've already worn it to work. Estate Sale Adventures, number 97, Peters. Full disclosure, these kinds of sales aren't my favorite, but let me explain. These custom retirement homes usually don't have basements or attics, and only being built in 2002, this home hasn't been lived in long enough to really have the exceptional finds. But I really love the cellar, and I needed to see what was inside nonetheless. And take note of that Celtic knot. I love a secretary desk, but I don't like the style on this one. Too colonial. There's almost always a table of statuary, and at this sale, there's a box full of Holly Hobby porcelain figures. I looked it up, not worth much. The only discernible collection to take note of was the smattering of Irish memorabilia. I mean, I'm Irish myself, but this stuff doesn't really resonate with me. To each their own. And if you're wondering what Aaron go Brock means, it translates to Ireland till the end of time. A few other finds included these Art Deco bookends and this handsome mid-century valet stand. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Estate Sale Adventures, number 98, Carnegie. I need a lesson on architecture to figure out what houses like this are called. Comment if you know. I started out in the backyard where they were unloading 2 large sheds. There were some nice lawn ornaments and this collection of unfinished ceramic pieces. This means inside the house, there's tons of ceramic pieces. Way too many to show. These ceramic ducks were part of a full bathroom set. The ephemera table was also worth looking at. But in the basement was a fisherman's workshop, which had all the supplies needed to make any kind of lure imaginable. Some already made lures were bundled into small lots. Very colorful and actually kind of beautiful. Lots of time and effort clearly went into these. Gotta respect that. I took a moment to inspect this Fundamentals of Home Economics textbook. I just love looking at the inscriptions in books like this. This meat grinder with the homemade box was a good find for the price. But I only made one interesting purchase. This retro massager by Stimulux. Thanks for watching. Estate Sale Adventures, number 99, Squirrel Hill. Considering the neighborhood it's in, this 1950 colonial ranch is much smaller than most of the houses around it. But inside it felt much larger and had exceptional pieces for the taking. This sitting bench caught my eye first. I just love the metalwork and the details. Silver is nice and all, but who's going to polish it? Of course, there was costume jewelry galore, but more interesting was this collection of tintypes, an outmoded form of photography from the mid to late 1800s. So the other thing that stood out to me at this house was the artwork. A lot of it reflected the Jewish background of the people who lived here, their focus on their family, and it was just pretty eclectic in general. This pencil drawing caught my eye. It was dirty and in a frame that was falling apart, but it was still beautiful. To round this out, there was a small loom in the basement, the obligatory creepy doll, and a leather-bound complete collection of Gary Larson's The Far Side comic strip. Asking $200, but it was in pristine condition. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Estate Sale Adventures, number 100, Sewickley. Jesus, I've done 100 of these videos, but I still enjoy making them. I won't get all sappy, but I did want to thank everybody for watching. Anyways, there wasn't anything out of this world about this little townhouse sale in Sewickley, but I still grabbed a few odds and ends. There were the standard glass finds, some commemorative plates, and a copper fire extinguisher. The seller suggested making it into an umbrella stand. Not much furniture, but I liked the rocking chair with the swan details and the red leather top game table. My friend loved these 2 prints that I can't identify. Comment if you know. This original Russian cathedral oil painting was amazing, and it was inscribed on the back. Why on earth do people save their shotgun shells? The only interesting thing I grabbed was this rainbow thermometer. I still gotta figure out if it works. Thanks for watching.